Hey, Reflections. So, something very interesting happened yesterday, and I was going to talk about the Kundalini experience that I've been having, but today I'm going to talk about realizing your potential and thought breakthroughs. So, I was reading the tarot and practicing the tarot, and this card came up. This card came up in a few readings that I've done, and also a reading within myself. And this card symbolizes a lot of what I'm going through, and that is detachment. Detachment from the material world, detachment from belief systems, detachment from my old version of myself, detachment from fear, and detachment from bondage. And we are controlled by this matrix that sends us images and signals and symbols and ideas and thoughts of what the world is and what we are. And sometimes we have to just observe that and recognize that it's not always truth. So yesterday, I was talking to somebody that I cared about and I loved deeply. And it's really hard when you're doing all of this inner work and everyone around you holds you to a very high standard, but they don't hold themselves to a high standard. So they're stuck in saying, you know, this is because you've been dealt this deck of cards, or it's easier for you, or you're gifted, or this and that. And that's just, again, placing the blame and not taking ownership of thyself. So this all started after, again, observation and surrendering to the moment that is, and accepting my circumstances for what it is, and not really judging that and detaching from this reality and transcending this reality. And as I was doing that, you know, I was allowing myself to feel this pain. I was allowing myself to unconsciously act to just get that out of my system. And then all of a sudden, an upgrade happened, and I felt a tone on my left ear. As this was happening, I was getting this stream of information. I like to call them upgrades, and I get them quite often. And if you follow my channel, you'll see that every single day or every other day I'm getting a new upgrade, and I'm sharing these upgrades with you because these transmissions are coming from somewhere exterior than myself. So I can't even say that this is coming from me. Maybe it is. Maybe my higher self. I don't know. Maybe ancestors. I don't know. But it's definitely coming from observation and detachment, you know? So this is what the message that I had gotten was. I was talking to somebody that I loved, you know, somebody that I care about, and this is going to be a parent, a mother, a father, a significant other, a child, whoever that you hold dear to yourself. And you want them in your life as you are evolving and upgrading, you know? Sometimes I feel it's very hard because everybody puts me on a pedestal in my everyday life, and that bothers me. Because when people put you on a pedestal, they take their own right to the same divine experiences that you have. You know, every single person that I had met in my past as I was going through this experience always said, but it's so easy for you, you know? When you are observing people, it's a lot easier when you're just observing yourself. See, I've been doing this for 4 years, observing my thoughts. Now, the person I am today is definitely not the person I was a week ago or even a few days ago. And this is what I wanted to communicate with you guys, because the evolution doesn't stop, you know. We're constantly evolving, we're constantly upgrading. So, this is how to induce a thought breakthrough. Now, I was observing the unconscious mind, just like I'm observing myself. And when observing the unconscious mind from the observer, from a second perspective, it's a lot easier than observing your own mind, because you're used to it. You're used to having these thoughts of I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that come up, and you just discard it and know that this is just the old programs, the old self-destructive programs that were embedded into our personalities, into ourselves through media, through music, through experiences, through trauma, through belief systems, through education systems, through society in general. Okay? So when you're talking to somebody that you love, that is just awakening to their higher potential, that I like to call it, it seems impossible. And they see all the work you've done and how far you've come, and then they compare. The first thing is to come from love. To come from love and unity, compassion, empathy, and that's really it. What I tried to do was I tried to always first live by example. Living by example shows that this is where I was here and this is where I am now, and I'm going to be somewhere else in the future, and nothing is always staying the same. Everything's moving, evolving. Now, this also happens with, say, my grandmother, people that I love. They're constantly saying, but it's so easy for you, Samina. It's so easy. And they'll always say, you've been dealt to this deck of cards. I'm dealing with mine. This is, again, a victim mentality, not really owning up to that everything that is here to transcend, This is happening to me, and this is why, I have this outcome. No. This is happening to you because a long time ago, while you were unconscious, you made a decision. And because of that unconscious decision, you have an effect. And this is what's happening, and we have to take ownership of that. Now, when you are talking to somebody that you love and you're trying to create this breakthrough, the first thing that is necessary is the need for change, the want for change. They have to feel as if they're going to lose something, that they're just at their rock bottom, that they definitely want change. And this is how I did it. So I observed the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind will constantly talk in circles, okay? Give different excuses. Number one excuse, I don't have the time. Okay? Second excuse, and this is what I presented the question, is, are you happy? This is what I asked. Are you happy, and is this your fullest potential? Of course, the ego will come in. The unconscious mind will combat with every single experience, or every different excuse for not living to your highest potential, because they're operating from the ego. I've had 6 near-death experiences and countless ego deaths in the past 8 months. So again, I'm not really operating from the ego first, but from love and unity. So I had observed the unconscious mind combating me every single time I would give love and inspiration and introducing a new idea, okay? I started off with saying, please accept this thought that I am presenting to you. This is inception. Inception is planting a thought and then running with it. And this person was very resistant. So while they were being resistant, this is what you should do, because this is what I did and this is what worked for me. Be observant. Be observant of their tone, their pitch of voice. When it goes too high, then observe it. Share it with them and tell them, why is your pitch of voice going up? Why is there resistance? What's going on here? Do you see how my voice is? Do you see how I'm in a very calm, very loving tone, not in judgment? Again, I'm not judging the unconscious people. I'm trying to help them understand their highest potential, because it's not fun when you're the only one just going, and you're like, oh man, I can do anything. And then everybody around you is suffering. It's not fun. Not if, you're here to assist and you're here to love. So what they were doing was they were being very resistant. So they would start jumping, just coming up. And I had a friend observe this within myself only 9 months ago. They said, Samina, why are you jumping? Why are you're raising your voice? Why are you getting excited? And I didn't observe this within myself until recently. And I've been observing this with the people around me. So my first thing I say is, why are you jumping up? What's with all the excitement? We're having a conversation here. We're two adults, right? You have to tell these unconscious people, look at, and again, no judgment, look at what you are doing. Look at how you are jumping up. Look at how you are expressing yourself through your vibration. Then once you tell them, look at your body language, look at how you're reacting. Their voice will come down. Once their voice comes down, they try to use their words. Then they will combat you with excuses. The excuses are, well, Samina, you have it easy. I don't. They're going to say this to you as well when you say this to them. Or, some people say, well, I have responsibilities. I have to eat. I have children. All these excuses that come up when you're trying to show people their highest potential. Now, when I am observing these excuses, I'm actually seeing different parts. They're coming from different parts of the brain, and they're just like a circle, just trying to combat me. And while this is happening, I am not combating, but I am solving the situation with love and inspiration. So when this person says, I can't do this because of this, I can't do that because of that, I can't do this because of this, I just go from a different angle and stop telling them what to do and start inspiring them, giving them inspirational, different people that have inspired me, When you think about it, did Steve Jobs just live an average life? Did Einstein live an average life? Did Nikola Tesla have an average life? No, there was a purpose. There was a meaning, and we all have that purpose and meaning. We just have to reach within ourselves and find it. So when you're giving these inspirations to people to observe what is the difference between this person and myself, then there will become more resistance, because this person is coming from a perspective of fear, a perspective of not being worthy, not being good enough, judging themselves, So once they, again, come up, because the mind will, or the unconscious mind will always try to combat things. So what you have to do is you have to repeat what they say. Repeat what they say, so it shows them how ridiculous it sounds. I don't have time because of this. I don't have time because of that. Look at this person that's doing it. Look at that person that's doing it. Look at me that's doing it. I'm not making excuses anymore. I'm doing it because I found my purpose. I'm doing this because it feels good, because it's loving, because it's helping not only myself, but the collective. It's coming from a place of unity and love and evolution. When you have people in your life, you have to make them realize that in order for us to be compatible, if this person wants to be in your life all the time, there's going to have to be a system upgrade. And if they do not have a system upgrade, it's going to be very difficult. So once you present inspiration to these people, again, you're going to have more resistance. They're going to say, why are you comparing me to other people? This has happened many times, This is the first breakthrough that I have induced without psychedelics. But this was a very interesting one. It took me about 20 or 30 minutes. And when this person said, why are you comparing me? I looked them in the eye, right in the eye. And I said, and this is when it turned out, it turned really, really DMT at this point. And it felt very psychedelic at this point. And it almost felt like a shift in consciousness, and I could feel it, because not only could I feel it in them, but I could feel it within myself. And it was a simultaneous upgrade, which was beautiful and amazing. And this is why I wanted to share it with you, because this can inspire you not only to upgrade yourselves, but upgrade the people around you. So And this is only if they want it. Don't, go preaching to people and that might scare people away. But what I said was, I am a reflection of you. I come in love. I come in unity. I come in no judgment. Surrender to this thought. Accept this thought that I am presenting to you. You are the cosmos. You are everything. You have unlimited potential. We have been born into this matrix that has allowed us to think less of ourselves, to deny ourselves our true selves. We fill our world, or our matrix structure that we construct through our own minds, with unconscious thoughts. Everybody that's ever told you that you are not good enough is wrong, even yourself. You are an extension of God. You are an extension of Source. You are angel. You are everything. Accept this with love in your heart, and know that I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm not here to make you feel less than. You are my equal. And now is the time to accept this and surrender to your highest potential. And once I said this in the most loving, positive way possible, this person went into tears. And I hugged them, and they hugged me back, and it was so beautiful, and it was so loving. And this was a shift for me as well, that spark of the unlimited potential was just so strong, and I was seeing the world in a very different way. And when you help others, you're helping yourselves. So that's why it's so important to come from a place of love, to come from a place of acceptance, because when dealing with unconscious people, they are combating their programs, these old programs that are not serving us, that are telling us not to step out of the mold. Are you here to flip burgers? There are people that need to do this, but I'm thinking more and more and more that robots are going to be doing this in the future. But what are you here for? Are you here to be a slave? Are you here to clean houses? This might be your experience now, but this is not going to be your experience 5 years from now, or even a year from now. We're all evolving. And this is the most beautiful thing. And this is why we have come here to experience this at this time. And this is transcending reality. Anyway, reflections, I hope that helped. And if you guys have any experiences with having breakthroughs through thought, or inducing breakthroughs from to the people that you love, please let me know. Comment down below. Anyway, reflections, I hope you're having an awesome, awesome, awesome day. Hey, reflections, if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos.